This is Boxonic, where boxing drama hits harder than the punches. Today, we dive into the chaos as Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach, and Floyd Mayweather ignite the most personal rematch in boxing.
Time. In that order.
You train here? I'm the fucking nigga play with. I'm the one fucking games. I fucked you up.
In boxing, where egos often punch harder than fists, something wild just went down. This wasn't your typical face-off. The spotlight was burning hot on Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. as their heated rematch loomed. But out of nowhere, Floyd Mayweather stormed in. Yeah, that Floyd, the man who once called Tank his protege, came crashing into the scene. And he didn't come quietly. The man who usually plays puppet master decided to grab the mic and the moment. No one expected him to lose it. No one thought he'd explode like that, but there he was, charging in like he still ruled the game. And Tank, ice cold, didn't blink. The bad blood, the betrayal, the ego war, it all lit up in real time. This isn't just a fight anymore. It's a full grudge match with years of heat behind it. Let's rewind. Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach 2 was already set to be fireworks. Their first clash, controversial. It ended in a draw, but fans weren't buying it. Most had Roach clearly taking that one. Remember that 9th round knockdown that magically didn't count? Roach shocked the world. Tank, he looked off his game, distracted, slow, almost like he didn't care he was in the ring.
Tank did that, so I know his got in his eye, but they should have counted it. They would have counted it, it would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He seemed a little distracted in the fight.
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids, and I had the same thing. I went through the same when I fought Andre. That shit burning my eyes, so I cut that.
That fight was supposed to be a walk in the park for Tank. Instead, it cracked open a truth he's been hiding for years, and now the world's watching.
When he fought Lamont, it was like he was there, but he wasn't like there for real. Like when you watch all his other fights, you can see like his eyes just look different. When he walked into the ring with Lamont, it was just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because you heard in the press conferences, he was just saying, he was just real irritated. He didn't really seem like
it just felt like, I think he just trained just to get by. I think he trained to just do 12 rounds. You know what I mean? The Tank that I know, the kid that you punch him in the face, he go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm down on the scorecards, I'm gonna go out and go get it. I didn't see it that fight. And I understand it too. When us as fighters, when you get to a certain point in life, sometimes you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Since that controversial first fight, the rematch has felt like a storm just waiting to break. And Roach, he's not playing humble. He's been loud, confident, demanding respect, and promising to take everything Davis once claimed was his.
Shit, he better. he better take me serious, but I don't think so. I think they're training as hard as they can. I think they trying to put a little mastermind squad together to coach for this fight, and it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna tell you like this: we're preparing for the best Gervonta Davis that's gonna be, that everyone's ever seen. That's what we're preparing for. We're not preparing for a guy who might not be focused. We're not preparing for a guy who might be lazy or anything like that. We're preparing for the best version of him.
Meanwhile, Tank's been unraveling. From legal troubles to Twitter meltdowns, he's been everywhere except the gym. And that weird Jake Paul exhibition, a circus, no belts, no legacy, just cash and chaos.
Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. I think we need to start with that one.
Yeah.
What transpired in that fight was astounding, because you have to remember Tank Davis was a 16-1 favorite going into this fight. Lamont Roach, while a WBA champion, was moving up from 130 pounds and no one thought he had a chance. And the general demeanor of Tank Davis going into this fight was like, hey man, I'm kind of done with this. I got 3 fights left. I'm going to be done by the end of 2025. I don't really like this sport anymore. Kids, don't do this. Go into soccer. This ain't for you.
But through all the madness, one name keeps stirring the pot: Floyd Mayweather. The drama between Floyd and Tank is now legendary. It began as a classic tale: mentor meets rising star. Floyd molded him, gave him the stage, the shine.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, you'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter. Years later, he was working with some people from our team, because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
Tank was Mayweather Promotions' golden child until the crown slipped. Then the ego clash exploded. Tank wanted out. Floyd demanded loyalty. Their breakup was ugly, public, and raw. And what stung most? Floyd's next move: Lamont Roach Jr.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters. I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Whether it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes, we need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, I guess he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make good money.
Roach wasn't just another prospect, he became Floyd's secret weapon. Floyd hyped him up, trained him, pushed him into the spotlight. It was a message with no subtlety. If Tank walks away, Floyd's betting on the man who can break him. And at that press conference, Floyd wasn't a guest, he was the spark.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
At first, it looked routine: Floyd posing with Roach, maybe a few smiles. But then he walked right past the cameras and straight to Tank. No smile, no words, just that cold Mayweather stare. Tank didn't blink. Then came the shoulder bump. Not crazy, but sharp in purpose.
Things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out.
The crowd froze. Security rushed in. Phones came up. Just like that, a quiet promo event turned into a viral battleground. Floyd Mayweather didn't just crash the party, he made sure he was the headline.
For real.
And let's be real, it didn't feel random at all. It felt like a chess move. Floyd wants the spotlight. He wants control. And now, this fight isn't just Roach versus Davis, it's Floyd versus Tank, Part 2, and the gloves are off. For Tank, this was betrayal in front of the world. The man who once called him family is now hyping up the guy trying to take his head off. And let's not sugarcoat it, Tank's reputation has already taken hits. His last outing against Roach, far from dominant.
Oh, nice double left hook by Roach to the body and then to the right. This is. Oh, and Davis just got backed up with a counter right from Roach.
That's a big moment in with the left.
Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leading with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
Ooh, wow. Combination from Roach. Oh, another right hand, another right left by Roach. It's not just over around 11 as well.
Maybe he getting caught.
Davis Fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed.
Has to keep doing that.
Roach said the familiarity knows his weaknesses. It's one thing to say.
The decision is a majority draw.
That draw left fans arguing for weeks. Tank looked sluggish, uninspired. He barely held on to his 0. And now, with Floyd in Roach's corner, this rematch smells less like redemption and more like a carefully laid trap to break him.
I'm here with Lamont Roach. We're here at Fanatics Fest. What's going on with you, champ? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great.
I know you got that fight coming up. The rumors is out sometime August, September. Are you currently in training camp right now?
I actually leave out for camp next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
How you feeling going into the rematch, champ?
Like a champ, like I'm supposed to. I've been in the gym. I've been ready. Time to ramp it up, kick it in gear, and get right to work.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question about the fight. The first fight with Tank. What did you see in that fight that can help you propel into the next fight?
I saw all I needed to see in that first fight. Trust me. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do more than enough.
This fight isn't about adding another shiny belt to the shelf. It's about legacy, about proving who still runs the sport. It's about pride, power, and deciding the future king of boxing.
I think the hardest punch I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Okendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He hard.
Let's be honest, Floyd's not done playing king. He wants control. He wants to prove he still pulls the strings. If Roach wins, it's a stamp of validation. If Tank loses, the empire Floyd built crumbles from within.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just going to say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own.
And the tide, it's shifting fast. Roach looked sharp in their first fight, disciplined, slick, unfazed. That knockdown may have been brushed off by the judges, but fans saw it. It planted real doubt in everyone's minds.
You know something funny? When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh shit, here it go. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay. We gonna run it back.
Tank, meanwhile, has been spiraling. Fighting gimmick matches, trading shots with influencers, juggling court dates, and even flirting with retirement. And now, with everything on the line, he's facing not just Roach, but a ghost from his past in Floyd.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
This isn't just a rematch, it's a defining moment. If Tank falls, the doubters explode. The overrated label sticks. Headlines write themselves. And with Floyd in Roach's corner, it's not just a loss, it's the ultimate betrayal sealed with a knockout.
Lamont is signed and ready to go for the rematch, correct?
At least I still deliver.
Y'all, Tank plays so many head games, it's not even funny. Let me tell you something, bro. Lamont Roach has never been this big of a fighter before. Everyone knows Lamont Roach now. So he could be reaping the benefits of just enjoying his status of having that draw with Tank, while Tank is the one with the eye of the tiger. Tank is probably in the gym training his ass off and then sign the contract like, all right, we got to fight when? June. Oh, shit. Let's hurry up and dash your ass. Sugar Ray Leonard did that to Roberto Duran. Duran was told that he had a fight in a couple weeks. And he was like, dude, I'm 190 pounds in Panama. Which is why Roberto Duran was out of shape in the No Mas fight and was like, no mas. So Tank could be over there working, sign the contract in 3 weeks. And all of a sudden, Lamont Roach got to put a training camp together.
Maybe that's why Tank snapped. Maybe that's why the press conference exploded into chaos. He's cracking under pressure, with his legacy slipping through his gloves. And Floyd, he's not easing the tension, he's throwing fuel on it. Tank has to win. But Roach, he's locked in. He knows how close he came last time. He felt the crowd shift. He studied every weakness, and now he's got Floyd in his corner. This isn't just a rematch, it's a full-on takeover attempt.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubt himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm a show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
Then came the curveball shocker. Stevenson chimed in. Not just to spectate. He called it out plain. Tank shouldn't even bother running it back with Roach. But here's the kicker: Shocker's not just talking, he's making moves.
Shakur Stevenson said that if you can't get the rematch, he has a championship fight waiting for you. What do you think about it?
That's why I love him. Genuine speaking, man, that's what I want to do. I want to fight the best fights. Like I said, hopefully we can get the rematch. If not, hopefully I can, but more than likely we can get in there with Shakur because, we already talked. And it's all about showing who's the best. It's all about good competition. And that's what I'm on. I'm in here trying to prove that I'm